Why is my tabletop like skitzing out really hard? It's like, yeah.
Pretty freaking good.
Amazing.
Pretty great.
How about you, Aleutian? Aleutian, can I ask you a quick question? How terrified should I be that this is the first character I've played in one of your games with no Constitution modifier?
You don't fucked up, didn't you?
I fucked up real hard. Initiative. Hey Clan, can you put your pet's
Oh
name
boy.
on the token, or does your pet not have a name?
I'm already doing it right now.
Oh, cool. I just
I
hovered
also
over
just
it.
did as an initiative token.
Nice.
What the fuck's a turtle?
It's like
That's
a
what I
turtle.
asked earlier.
Oh.
My name is Chin. Don't
Oh
fucking
gosh, you're so quiet.
don't fucking laugh. I'm a quiet man. I'm a quiet man.
Can I insight check that?
God
There's a
damn it, every
chance-
time I introduce myself, guys.
There's a chance he's lying.
Yeah.
Okay, Jimmy, kill yourself. See that hot piece of ass over there? And I'll point to Delia. That's my beautiful wife. That's my princess. I take on these crabby, odd jobs to buy her everything she wants.
That
Right,
must be
honey?
rough.
Honey? Honey?
Yeah.
Honey?
Yes.
Don't I give you everything you want?
And
And more? Well, just know I give her everything she needs. In every aspect. I'm gonna wink. It's my character.
I could. Yeah. So Delia used to be part of like a group of highwaymen, so to speak, and she would set up ambushes and trap caravans along their path, and she was just a shady individual. And then she realized that she had a gift for not only the lay of the land, but also reading people and influencing. She decided that it's a bit of work to stay out on the streets every night, living in the wilds. So she moved to a town and started to use her influence on people to get what she wanted until she met Chance. Chance has, as he stated, offered everything she ever wanted. So she had agreed to marry him and moved in with him. It has been a lovely experience to not have to work every day. Lately, she has had her eye on the finer things, the things that only the nobles would usually get to own. So she's talked her husband into, yes, especially cocaine. So she's talked Chance into setting out on this venture with the guild that she was dragged into by him, in the hopes that these artifacts might gather them the means of acquiring vast wealth.
Hi, I'm Tibor. I'm a turtle, as you can tell. I like to adventure, and when my life is almost over, I will go back to where I was born and have my children and defend them until my death. But until then, I like to adventure everyone. I like to adventure everywhere and see everything I can.
Oh shit, you're really a turtle?
Yes, it's Tomb of Annihilation race.
Dude, I didn't know that.
That's
I'm
awesome.
sorry. That's real cool.
Hey,
Sorry.
is it just me or is like a lot of people robot-y?
It's just you.
Well, I have 150 ping, so I might be robot-y.
Test?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, that sounds better. Sorry. All right. Hi, I'm Edwin Villiers.
Hi, Edwin.
I've been clean for 32 days. Let's see. I worked with my father as a like herbalist and alchemist. I spent a lot of time out in like the local forest, gathering like rare herbs for potions and whatnot. And while out there, I met up with some druids, and it they helped me out, and they were pretty cool people, and so I learned with them, and well, they didn't really want me to join. They were just kind of helping me out, and so
Sorry.
and so I left and joined the Adventurers Guild, so that one day I can come back and show them what they missed.
Yeah, you showed them, all right.
So,
They didn't
Yeah.
want me to join.
they were just being polite.
So this is a Warforged monk of the Sunforge. I'll use his voice now. Self-designated nomenclature. Deity Sensing Topology Nirvana Examiner 1 or DST any one. In the employ of Adventurer Guild to help in the process of Vision Quest on mission to find classified objects or information on classified objects.
I'm so excited.
Hey, just real quickly, sorry to interrupt. I forgot that I have Sylvan as a language. Yes.
Wow.
And I can talk with animals. So
Whoa.
well, no. Like I can speak Sylvan as well as communicate. Yeah.
It's part of the Xanathar's one.
Yep.
Wait, just to clarify, Tibor is a turtle what? A ranger? And Sumba is what type of animal?
Panther.
Wait, so a turtle owns a panther? Holy shit.
But I'm like
idea.
5'8", and this thing is smaller.
Everybody knows that's. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Honey,
Yes.
can you carry some stuff for me? It's getting pretty heavy.
What kind of stuff? Like, I
My
mean, I'm
food.
strong and all. How much food?
I
How
hold out
much food
10
can you
rations.
not carry? Sure.
It's like 20 pounds of food.
What?
I didn't want to be hungry.
Wow.
Jesus fucker. Oh, of course you're fucking playing me.
I
Sure, sugar. Jesus Christ.
I
Jesus.
I open up my one hand and wave over with the other, and I cast Goodberry.
Look, the turtle has berries for you. You don't need all this.
But good
Oh, hey, you
berries
can
are
do
so
that too.
plain.
But they're so much lighter than all this meat.
Honey,
What?
it's important
Alright,
to me.
I'm sorry. Just carry it. Sorry.
Thank you.
Fuck you, dude. I can't.
I pounce over to Edwin. Hi.
Oh, hi.
And who are you?
Honey, no. Honey, stop.
I am Edwin
Honey,
Villiers. I would take a couple step backs. And
Yeah,
this is
that's smart,
this
friend.
is this is my
Smart.
weasel, Tim.
What?
Hi, Tim. Can I hold him?
No, don't let her.
No. Hey,
Honey,
excuse
come
me,
here.
sir.
Yeah, hide that thing. Do not let her touch that. Honey, come here.
I just turn around and shoot my husband a look.
I'm sorry. Go ahead. Can she please see your pet ferret?
It's a weasel.
Weasel, I'm sorry. Can she please see the
It's
weasel?
okay. I just wanted to know about you. What do you do?
Oh god.
Oh God. Well, I am a druid. I learned some druid thing. Hey, speaking of druid things, hey, Sir Turtle thing, Tibor.
Tybor.
Sorry, Tybor. You know how to cast Goodberry, yeah? Where did you learn that?
Well, I am a ranger, and I have to learn stuff to survive.
Right. That's cool.
Wow, that was a great conversation. Honey, why don't you try a Goodberry in case you like it and I don't have to carry 20 pounds of food?
I shoot my husband another look.
I can make it taste better with the...
I'm eyeing the 20 pounds of food that Chance is carrying at the moment.
Is it
And
in a bag at least? Oh, thank God. I'm gonna put it into my backpack.
okay, I'm gonna lean in uncomfortably close to Chance right now.
Hello.
Sensor indication of 2% fungal growth, presence of Shiproticus. Recommended
Oh.
action to rinse before consumption by human.
Hey, honey.
Yeah?
Before you eat this, just make sure I clean this up a bit for you, okay?
Who are you?
Okay, honey. Just relax. Did you hear what I said?
Can I knock on the Warforged?
Can you stop touching him? Did you hear? Did you hear what I said?
Yeah. You're gonna wash my food for me.
Oh my fucking god.
Hi.
Dick.
Hello. And I wave my head a little stiffly.
Interesting.
Honey, we don't just call people interesting.
Are you strong?
Honey, we just don't ask people if they're strong or not.
I exhibit strength proficiency above the average human being.
Can you carry some of my stuff too?
Oh, you can say no.
Affirmative. I can carry
Oh
goods
no, I'm so
for
sorry.
a venturing group.
I take the rope off my backpack and I just like
Oh,
sling
I'm
it
so
around his
sorry.
shoulder like a
Oh
sash.
no.
And then I take a crowbar out of my bag and I like put it into his hand. And then I like look around in my backpack, which is now at this point almost completely empty. And I'm like, okay, thank you.
Just
So
stable
sorry.
talk. I am also dex based, not really strength based. So you're loading down on
Don't worry.
If you get over encumbered by me, just give it back. Okay. Thanks, mister.
Honey, did you see the bird over there?
How close are we
Honey?
to actually landing in port?
Jesus Christ.
Imminent arrival in Calypso.
What? What?
He's useful.
Excuse me? That wasn't even anything useful.
Honey,
Yes. I'm
the
sorry.
guy said to go get our stuff.
Oh.
Can you get mine for me?
Anything for you, princess. I'm just slowly walk with my head down.
The second that Chance is under deck, I'm turning around and I'm going back to Ferret Man.
No. Holy shit. Eager.
As I walk towards him, I'm slipping the ring off my finger, like in plain view of him.
Wow.
So, is there anything I could do to get a chance to hold your little pet?
Wow. You
Wow,
know,
I watched the whore.
there.
Extremely uncomfortable.
Now that you're now that you said something, I gotta go. I gotta go get my staff and my things from down below the boat. And I
Goodbye.
just turn.
What a
Eh.
boring man. Hi, friend. I'm pretty good at these. Surprise. That is a 15.
Oh
My God. Holy
Well.
shit.
I'll put my ring back on. By the way. Hi, friend. Can I pet your cat?
Why not?
Hey.
Quite friendly.
Hi, kitty.
Please tell me I'm coming back up to see this, please.
Can I make a nature check here? I would like to know if living this way is going to have any like adverse effects on this panther. Like, it's probably not used to this kind of environment, being on a boat for this long. Like, obviously I can't speak with it, so is there a way that I can like check and see like what its composure is right now, how it's adapting to everything going on? That sort of thing. I have expertise in nature as a scout. That's an 11. Okay. Okay. I'll do whatever I can to try and like calm it down while we're still moving here.
Can I do a perception check with my wolf? Sorry, panther. Sorry, the image keeps throwing me off. Oh no, the Sumba's just smelling around right now. Hungry. Doesn't like my good berries. It's just smelling for food. Just wants to make a perception check to smell around for food. Or you can roll, I don't care. It has advantage since it's smell based. Ah.
I'm basically following Chance to say something to her, like, because I noticed the interaction above first, and I wanted to say something. Like,
Oh. Hello.
alert.
Alert.
Subject, human mate, Ilya, is emitting elevated levels of pheromones present before human mating. Detected a 10% increase in heart rate of human male, Edwin Villiers.
Oh, it's because he has a pet. I refuse to buy her a dog. She took off her wedding ring.
Affirmative.
Yeah. I guess I'll just have to buy her puppy later. Thank you, Robot Man.
Calypso has many adoption agencies of varying degrees for different canine.
Yeah. What about like a
Animals.
tiny, cute little fluffy one? So,
That remains to be seen, but
okay.
high percentile chance of finding fluffy, tiny puppy.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, I'll get her a new wedding ring while we're at it. She probably just doesn't like that one.
I kind of like awkwardly. I kind of awkwardly stand in the doorway, realizing the chance kind of wants to go out or like get through.
Oh. I'm
Ah,
gonna raise an eyebrow at Edwin.
hello.
Just let her touch the ferret. She won't hit on you. Unless you like it. And I'm gonna shoot him a death glare.
Nope. I will send Tim to her promptly. And I will tell Tim, please, for the love of God. Just do this one time, please.
See? Oh.
Alright. Yes. Uh, 17. You little shit. Alright, let's go.
I'm gonna look at the robot.
Yeah, I can communicate like basic ideas, or they can understand my speech, and I gain the ability to decipher their noises and movements. Yep.
So how tall is Destiny?
All right.
It's 5'7", so shorter than you.
Oh, so I'm gonna look because I'm 5'6".
I
So
think
I'm
you
gonna
were
look down
6
at
foot.
Destiny. I mean 6'2". Sorry.
Yeah.
5'6" is my real height. Sorry. So I'm gonna look down at Destiny. Alert. Move out of my way. I'm gonna stare directly at Destiny. Thank
Affirmative. And moving.
I'm gonna slowly trudge my fucking way up the steps.
I don't help him at all. Follow.
I'll follow after.
Yep, I'm watching. I'm very keen on keeping an eye on the cat as it hunts for food because, as a scout, I often do the same thing, and I'm just kind of watching it in its natural form. Thanks, honey.
Mm-hmm. We'll look at Edwin. The ferret.
I'm deer in the headlights right now. Tim, please. Now is the time. Oh, thank God.
I'm sorry.
She's not gonna like hurt him, right?
No.
No, of course
Can I insight
honey,
check that?
honey, when he's ready to give you the ferret, he'll come over to you. Come back here. Come back here. Get away from him. You cannot have the. You cannot have the ferret if you keep getting closer to him. Back up more.
Hey.
Keep going. To me. Right now. You can't have the ferret.
Hey.
Nope, not allowed to have the ferret anymore.
I look over my shoulder.
Nope. You can have the ferret.
Please just take
Give
it.
her the ferret. Just give her the ferret.
I hold my arm out.
You'll be
And
fine.
I
Tim.
do it like hand down so it would be free to like run up my arm. I don't want to like. I'm not like holding my hand out to like grab him or anything. It's it's pretty obvious that he's like nervous about the whole situation right now, right? Do I think that it would be possible for me to touch his hand like without anybody noticing using sleight of hand?
God damn.
Or is it like so obvious that it would be like just like a brief like just like a passing touch, like a glancing touch? I think
I like to make a roll to see this action with my sensors.
Oh no! That's a 10.
I rolled a 15.
I just let it like go around and like watch as it kind of plays around on my back
Edwin,
and stuff.
You're not getting
Well-
that ferret back.
While she's distracted, I'm gonna move back over here.
Yeah, just you're not getting it back anytime soon.
Rest in peace, Tim. He took one for the tea.
Honey,
Yes.
can I have one of those foods back, please?
I'm gonna take one out and press the digitation.
I try and feed it to the ferret.
Honey, I don't know if it eats dried solid meat. I'm gonna look at it.
Would I be able to make a nature check to know if that's what they eat? Okay. Okay. I'll like hand the rest of the ration over to Edwin, and I'll like hold my arm out as he takes it for the ferret to run back to him.
Wow. Thank him.
Thank you, sir. Just I nod my head.
My first time. Interesting.
Surely. Thank you. You hear that, honey?
Can I rush down off the gangplank into the city?
Oh my god, I gotta run after her.
Okay, so this is kind of a strange question here, but under the criminal background, my feature is that I have a reliable contact in most areas. Do I know anybody in town that would like? Okay. That's yeah. I will give my husband a kiss on the cheek and say, honey, I'm gonna go meet with someone, and like wink so that she knows what it means.
God, keep your wedding ring on.
I will. I'll be back in a couple
Meet me
hours.
here in a couple hours.
So wait, before Delia runs off, I kind of exclaim, "Human subject, Delia, please establish rallying point for adventuring group at later point."
I'll be right back here in 2 hours.
Affirmative. At Port Calypso, 2 hours from time now.
Bye. And I'll rush off.
No, she already went to sleep. I'm good.
Oh no.
Yes, sir.
Look for a bar.
$25 for perception.
Wow.
Expertise is a beautiful thing.
Jesus.
I will promise that I'll be back at the port in 2 hours, and I'll kind of like look around and ask random people in the city about, people of influence or anyone who might have a lot of information in town. So, my assumption, I guess, is that the Coops and the vineyards are the foci of this island's economy. So I would like to, right? So I like to find out who the owners of these villas are, and I would like to at least have information so I can advise the party later. Like, this is some people we might want to talk to. Calypso. Much obliged, human townsperson. And I give a little bow. I guess that's pretty. Like, I'm just going around, like, finding out as much information as I can. But you can deem whatever is fine for me to have within 2 hours of talking to people if I go back.
Jesus.
This is gonna be terrible.
Robot persuasion activated.
Oh.
This is a 13 minus 1, I think. Yeah.
Oh shit.
A 12. So I don't have a name or anything for actual Calypso family. Right, like anybody that I could name, like, hey, this is Josh Calypso. That was it. Thank you, sir.
Um. Okay. Aleutian, I think now's a good time for me to ask this. In my starting equipment, would it have been possible for me to have bought like a, I don't know the proper term for it, but like a sash that I would wear that would keep all my like throwing daggers in?
A bandolier.
A bandolier, thank you. Okay, cool. And would it be possible for it to have like a place that I could keep my gold also, since I'm going to be going to shady areas quite often? I'd like to have it like on a place like closer to my body where I would feel it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much all I would ever have anyway. As I approach this hooded man, I'll go ahead and in Thieves' Cant say, hello, friend. Looking for some information. All of this in Thieves' Cant. Would you be able to point me in proper direction? New in town. Be here for a little while though. Name's Delia. I would like to give him a smile that looks sort of like I'm implying that I've done some real nasty work. I'll reply assassin, but I want to smile in like a way that makes it seem like, I'm a big time assassin, like bigger than I actually would be. Could I do deception? I mean, I have persuasion and deception, but I think this is more of a deception for Delia. It's a 21. Thank you. And I'll walk through the door. How much would, like, given that this is kind of my world, how much would I usually give like an informant for like helping with this? Okay, I'll put like 3 gold into his hand. I step through the doorway. here to see Flint. Does it look like they're like betting with gold pieces? Or do they have like some sort of like chips or something? I'll slide out like a silver or like 4 silver pieces and a gold coin, and I'll put them in his hand and say, go big on the next hand, I got a good feeling. And then I'll go over to the door he directed me towards.
Can I just wander around the city and try to find like an alchemist or like herbalism shop, similar to what like my father used to run? Perception check. That is an 8. Mm-hmm.
It's Tibor.
Okay, Tibor.
I'm just kind of walking around the dock, walking towards the buildings, just looking around everywhere. Mostly. That's what this race mainly does. They just explore and look around.
Looking for a bar. Looking for a bar. Can I go and find an empty table outside? Just a nail, plain nail, and what kind of food do you have around here? How much more coin? Not keen on the fish. There we go. to do the proper meal. I don't know. Thanks.
In Thieves' Cant, I'll say Flynn, I presume. Flint, I'll presume. Very well. I shut the door behind me and go take the seat. Well, I'm new in town and figured I should introduce myself. Delia. I come hoping to gather a bit of information. And I'll, as I say that, I'll kind of like jingle the coin pouch on my bandolier. I describe in basic detail the red coins that I'm looking at. And I've heard rumors that they've been appearing nearby, and that if anyone would know about these things and their whereabouts, I'm sure Flint here would know where to find them. Okay, I have persuasion. 16. We are allowed to tell them that we're with the guild, right? I'll tell him that we are with the Adventuring Guild. That we are free to keep the coins, which might be interesting to him. We don't need to turn them into the guild. How much coin is this information worth? I'll take my coin purse off the bandolier and set it down. It's got, without like letting it show what's inside, it's got about a little under 30 coins inside. There's 5 copper pieces. The rest is gold. All right. I think a bit of work would be a good way to get my bearings around town anyway. And I'll take the coin purse and put it back in my bandolier. Easy enough. Is the place far enough away that, should we leave the fire untamed, it won't reach the rest of the city? Fair enough. Just don't want a bigger investigation into this matter than we need. I think that's plenty. And I'll gesture towards the symbol. Is this mine to keep, or do you need this? Should I make a copy? I'll pocket it, sliding it into another empty knife slot on my bandolier, and I'll stand up, and with a curtsy, I'll show myself out. Yep, I would like to look over at the card game and see if my advice to wager it all in the next hand was followed, or if it paid out.
Uh-huh.
Hmm. Okay, I'll just see my way out then. All right. I'll head off back towards the if I have more time before the meeting's over, I want to do a once around of the city and like take a look at the guards and see if I can like size them up, like how competent they are. Like, is there a good chance that we're gonna get caught doing this kind of thing? Okay. What about more specifically in the area where this warehouse is? I should probably case the joint where I. Okay, cool. In that case, I'll head back to the meeting.
I'm gonna tip them 2 silver and then make my way out. Mm-hmm.
Hi, honey.
Hi. What'd you do?
I got some
Greetings.
information for us.
Oh, good
Greetings,
job.
fellow adventurers.
I'm gonna pat her on the head.
I found someone who can tell us where the coins are, guys.
Oh, you're talking to all of us, not just her. Okay.
I'm gonna give her a really shifty look.
He said he can show us where they are. We just have to take care of some thugs for him first.
And I'm gonna grab my wife, pull her aside. Honey,
Yeah,
honey, quietly.
I am.
I don't know if these guys are okay with some of the things you do.
Right. That's why we're just going to kill some bad people. Well, we don't even
Wait, what?
necessarily need to kill them. We just need to burn their
What?
supply.
Welcome back. I was looking for an herbalism shop. What? What are you doing? Oh, I'm so. What?
What the fuck?
What?
This is a weasel.
Yeah, no, if I can.
Weasel ferrets are
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
deadly, dude.
I pull one of my rations out of my backpack and fucking start like nervously feeding it to him. He's fucking vicious. Do you want to eat good berries? No. Right, okay.
No.
Yeah,
Nobody wants good berries.
Hey, my good berries are extra good. I'm
Blech.
a life cleric.
Ew.
Ooh.
Oh,
Well, mine restore 4 hit points. So they're like
wow.
off
I
brand.
can make it taste better.
What?
It tastes better.
Damn.
Attention, party.
Oh. Honey. Honey, how are you gonna convince them to set it on fire?
Listen, all we need to do is go to these shady people warehouse.
No,
The
that's
night.
already. This is the first thing you said. Go to the shady people in the middle of the night.
Yeah, Everybody here seems like they would be happy to take care of some bandits.
I'm gonna turn around and look at the group. I'll look back at her. Are the bandits to you or are they actual bandits?
They're bad people. I don't know if they're bandits per se, but you know, they're not good. Listen, they're a rival organization to be working
Doesn't,
for, so.
doesn't mean rivals are always bad, honey.
I'm just
Don't
gonna
pout.
give her a look.
I don't pout. I'm sorry. Let's just do it. Okay, we'll just do it. I'm sorry.
If they
I'm
say
sorry.
no, we'll deal with that then. But let me at least talk to
What
You wanna talk
alignment?
to them?
What alignment is Jimmy?
them.
Chaotic. Come on.
You'll have
He's
to get to
playing me.
know me better.
He's playing me.
I wonder.
I was just curious if he was chaotic evil, but I can tell he's chaotic already. As he slipped his ring off.
All right, honey. Just
Sounds awful.
don't scare the one, the ferret, okay? Don't scare him anymore.
Thanks, fucking
Okay.
vicious.
Don't scare him anymore.
So everyone's gathered, right?
So we'll walk back over.
Okay, so I want to address the party. Attention party. Established inquiry operations in town, Calypso. An archive person of interest, Ostrom Calypso, in 2-mile radius of present location. POI has high levels of influence in said area and should be investigated for knowledge on classified objects. Break in communication. Interrogative, human, Delia. The reconnaissance yield direct pertinent information for classified objects. Or is this a secondary task for personal gain?
Don't look at Delia.
My contact that I met with has agreed to tell us where the red coins are if we either pay him an exorbitant amount of gold or we go and take care of some competition. Another shady group has been stockpiling resources in a warehouse.
Interrogative, human, Delia. Will this task take place in the covert or outside the bounds of the law?
Yes.
Will it be elevating our risk factors for present mission?
No.
I would recommend for Party 2, Directive, avoid said task for arson. Actually, he didn't share the arson part, right? All right. Or said task given by Delia's informant.
I nod my head.
All right. I mean, we can go speak with people first, but it's worth noting that this man knows right where they can be found, and it would cut our time of acquiring these coins immensely.
Just
Honey,
yes.
Oh no.
I'm hungry.
Okay, what do you want? Oh,
That. And I point at the cart. And
what is
that.
You're right.
Perfect. It's perfect.
Jesus Christ, he's playing me. He's playing real life me.
Oh yeah, what about the panther? It's just like completely loyal, does not get lured away by food.
Alright, I'll be right back.
Because it gets a good supply of good berries.
He'll eat the good berries. He doesn't like them, but he'll eat them. I forgot about the other part of that druid, about the totems. Are you playing this? Are you playing the Xanathar or are you playing the UA Scout?
He says Xanathar.
Xanathars.
Okay.
Jimmy, you are amazing at this, by the way. That's impressive.
I have a lot of practice.
You mean you've heard someone have a lot of practice at it?
I mean, I'm dating this person I'm playing.
Hey,
It's a compliment. Delia's a great character, Kay.
mm-hmm.
So what important like tools and supplies did you bring? Food? Anything else? No, food.
20 pounds of food.
I sold like everything from my starting backpack except the food.
Is that why you asked Lucian? Was that
that
what you had
what-
to message him about?
No. I had to message him about something else. But people are beginning to catch on very fast.
I was like typing this little speech bubble thing out for what I wanted to say after Lucian gave me that info dump.
Skyfall. Characters.
Oh yeah, I should probably upload mine into there. Do you see how hot your husband is?
This is me.
Should I be worried? Holy
Julia
shit!
is a hot piece of ass.
Oh yeah. Married to the hot piece of ass. It's gonna say Adrian because they named Adrian first.
You could just resave it.
Delete. No, from. Delete
I
this.
think my character sheet is finally finished.
I like the first picture better.
With the half naked. God
That's
damn it.
that's the perfect arcane archer right there.
Perfect.
His composite bow looks like he built it out of like spare parts.
Definitely spare parts. Definitely looks like there's tinfoil at the top of that. bow.
Case Ranger with no makeup.
Alright, I am back. Thank you.
My wife is so hot.
Yeah, she's very friendly.
You stay away from her.
Hey, I don't want any part of that.
He's lying. He wants certain
realize-
parts.
You realize the more your character reacts to the flirt happen,
Yeah, the more
right?
uncomfortable you are, yeah.
hmm
Oh, just like me. The more uncomfortable someone is, the more I annoy the shit out of them.
hmm
Mm-hmm.
Wait, so did you give Aleutian like your ferret's personality there, or is he just like freestyling this?
Nope. I was just like, I want a ferret. And he's like, alright.
Jesus Christ.
We're out of food. Are we gonna kill people? Like what?
Can we kill some things? Christ. This looks fucking savage.
The most awkward and like quiet character gets the most demon is fucking ferret.
I love our group composition. I think
Jesus
it's gonna
Christ.
be a fun game.
Wait, 2 archers, what else? A monk? What is
I am a
Edwin?
monk. Oh, Edwin.
What is Edwin? I know
Oh,
you're a
it's-
monk, but what is Edwin?
He's a heal bot.
I'm a healer.
Okay, what's Tibor?
Melee ranger.
Melee ranger.
Oh god. What is this fucking
My AC's 19.
Jesus Christ.
Turtle's default AC is 17.
Holy shit.
Do you have to like retract your head into your shell though?
No, I can do that for an extra 4 AC.
Oh my
Holy
god.
shit.
I can literally hide in my shell, get a +4 AC, so I'll have a 21 AC. I get advantage on strength and con checks, disadvantage on dexterity checks. But that's my action.
Still pretty cool. I think that's more overpowered than dodge. Is what most of us can do.
That seems very strong.
Yeah, I'm gonna be like a sharpshooter archer character. I'm just gonna like kite and shoot shit, and if anything ends its turn within 5 feet of me, I can scout, move away from them as a reaction.
Wow.
Which is why I sold my rapier, which hurt my soul. Because I love the rapier. But why keep it if I'm never gonna be fighting melee?
True.
And it's worth 25 gold, so 12 extra starting gold is always nice.
I was wondering where the fuck you got that money from.
Welcome back.
Hello?
I posted a picture in my character sheet, Illusion.
She's hot AF. My wife is definitely a hot piece of ass.
Let me
That's what I look like before I put my makeup on in the morning.
Wow.
Chance really married up there into Delia.
Wait,
this is kind of what I look like, but with like a shepherd's crook instead of like mage staff.
what the fuck?
Oh, why did I think he was like taking a deuce on the barrel? Because like the rope that he's like sitting on.
He's like a hipster, dude.
Yeah,
I wore this hat before wizards started wearing it.
exactly.
Jesus Christ.
His ears even look like they have gauges in. He's so hipster.
Hell yeah, dude. I had originally planned for him to be like a super like stoner type guy, but
No, this is perfect for him.
yeah.
A hipster that's
Listen.
terrified of a woman.
Quick question.
Oh.
Absolutely not.
Illusion, I would do it. I will be your waifu or your husbando.
in a heartbeat.
No hesitation.
Mm. I'm sure I will.
Illusion will show you what you missed out on.
I'm gonna have to run upstairs in like 10 seconds because I got some Eggos cooking. But
Alright.
sorry.
Illusion, quick question here. If we do get roped into this, what I was curious because my character has glowing yellow eyes. He's dark metal, but if he's like doing something at night, can other people see my eyes? Okay, so yeah, it will probably just be bad for this in lots of different ways. Okay.
Just leave you at home.
Because I'm a turtle, turtles don't like when they can't see the sun or the moon.
Yeah, so
So
two of us
going-
are really bad at night operation.
So going underground, like if I don't see the moon at night, I don't like it. Like I'm actually a little bit scared. That's why I'm gonna ask you about the moon and the sun constantly. So you better get ready for your geography if we're on the northern or southern hemisphere for waxing and waning moons. That's not fair. I know
It's a full moon
moons.
tonight. Oh, good. It's a full moon. What's it tomorrow night? A full moon. And the next night, a full moon. Fuck.
Lunar
When's it
cycles,
not a
all
full
sorts of
moon?
fucked.
Now there's no moon. Good job. You've asked the DM too many questions. He's deleted the moon. Moon.exe cannot be found.
Now the tides are gonna. Now all the coastal cities are gonna get really fucked up with the tides.
Illusion every week, Tuesday, asks me when you're coming back. Haven Cross asks when Daristrix is returning.
Yeah, that type of Warforged Z.
I'm sorry.
That's what I put in general. Is that what your monk looks like?
Sure, we can go with Zenyatta, but he just has like a yellow toga type sash across his chest. Oh, the second one's a little better. I do have a quarterstaff, but I'll most likely be punching things.
How's that one?
That is an awesome picture, actually.
Yeah, that's someone that just does commissions.
Wow. Mind if I save that?
They have a druid one too somewhere. I'm trying to find it now.
The only thing I don't like about it is I don't want to have 3 fingers. Not a Ninja
Yeah, I know.
Turtle, but
Here's their
yeah,
druid
otherwise the
one.
aesthetic is cool.
They should have not done it so much metal though. But look at this one.
Nice. Yeah, I feel like a druid warforged should be almost completely made of wood.
Wood
Even
clay
wooden
stone.
plating. Yeah, and stone plating.
I saw one that the DM let them do a special thing, and inside the chest they had a hive of bees. Bees.
Alright, sorry, I'm back. I am ready to go.
So if you hit them in the chest, you disturb the bees.
Yep. Nice and golden.
Oh my god, I found a bard warforged.
I'm
Did
gonna
I
go
get the
stand in
sense-
line.
Yeah. Good job.
Thank you.
Did I get the sense that my task was to be performed like immediately, like tonight, or like in the very near future, or was it more of like a? Okay. Right, that's what I kind of figured. Okay. I'll wander back over to everyone as she goes to, or he goes to get me some.
Can I?
So I will expend a whole piece of gold because I know one piece is not enough.
When he's walking past, I will hand him another gold and be like, "Hey, can I
Yep.
get some of that? Thank you."
So 10 fucking pieces of meat. 5 for my lovely wife.
It's fine. Little dickhead. All right. I say that
Hey.
in comment, by the way. He doesn't understand me.
Hey,
Great
Illusion.
time.
I don't know if this is an issue of Twitch or what, but I have received word that you cannot be heard on the stream as of right now.
I know what
His
happened.
face that he makes when he hears what you say. Sorry, I unpaused it to see, and then Illusion's face he made.
There we go. You should hear now. Fuck. I had to clean my computer recently, which meant unplugging everything. And then when it gets replugged back in, programs are like, "We moved that from one USB port to the next one." Like, good God, what is happening? Disconnect everything. So, yeah. No, they should hear me now.
Awesome.
So, all of you now have this delicious food. And your panther companion has shown up, Tibor, and is now going to anybody nearby who has bought some and staring with.
Oh, I feed him
Okay.
so many.
So while everybody's eating, since I have nothing to do and I don't want to chew or anything, so not getting any food, I would like to address them again
Okay.
and say recommended action remains in investigating Ostrom, Calypso, but subject human, Tilia. Further inquiry permissible and welcome if adequate risk elevation will result from discerning a method of completing tasks within bounds of law with convenient accident.
I'm gonna look at Delia. Within law.
Interesting. Yes, of course.
But basically, yeah, like I'm okay for looking more into it and finding out if we can do this safely without, kind of getting the ire of the city on us. And
A commoner nearby
everything.
seems to overhear something, interrupting your group. There's a couple of taps that you feel on one of your shoulders there, Destiny, as some man with a bunch of his front teeth missing goes, "Wow, your
Questionable
machine
tech
thing
time.
speaks a lot of big words. Where you guys get this?"
questionable tactile response.
Oh my god, I've never seen anything like that here.
He's
Sir,
pretty
can you-
amazing, isn't he?
Announcement.
Sir, can you get away from him?
I
Oh,
want to
sorry.
approach the dude.
Oh, okay. He goes to like move away, and then seeing you approach, he instantly kind of stops and then turns towards you.
He's pretty incredible, isn't he?
And you-
He seems like kind of stunned.
Say, we're not from around here. Do you think
Oh.
you can answer a couple questions for me? And
Alright.
I'll like bat my eyelids at him.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
23.
He stammers for a moment about, yeah, sure. Well, I know just about anything there is to know around this town. What do you want to know, pretty lady?
I'll take out the piece of paper that I have, and I'll say, some thuggish people stole one of my bags when we were unloading our ship this morning, and all I was able to see was a symbol of some sort on one of them that looked like this. Do you know anything about it, or who it belongs to?
Yeah, he takes the thing for a moment and looks at it before handing it back. His eyes go wide and he goes, "Oh yeah. Those are some of those the Black Hand boys. They have a place down there." And he points towards like a warehouse district that you can see far down the edge of the port. And he goes, "And I even heard, don't tell anybody, I told you this, but I even heard that they have a clubhouse out of one of the small buildings over towards the rocky area. It's like a little hunter's cabin."
Interesting. And these Black Hand people, are they, do they usually operate outside of the law like this, or are they usually good people?
"Oh, miss, you're lucky that they just took your purse. I've heard them do all sorts of terrible things around here."
Thank you, sir. You've been the biggest help. And I'm guessing that the guards generally are pretty afraid of their warehouse, and they tend to stay a little bit away from there.
Oh no. The guards still go by there, but, well, I don't exactly know how it works with them.
Interesting. So you think maybe I could ask a guard about getting my purse back, or would they shy away from that?
Well, I mean, if the Black Hand boys took it, I don't think the guard's gonna go bug them for a purse. I mean, if I was in the guard, I would definitely go and see about helping you.
Thanks, honey. What's your name?
Goes, Louis' my name.
Pleasure to meet you, Louis. I'm Delia.
I'm gonna put my arm around my wife, kiss her on the forehead.
Yeah.
Oh, and this is Chance here.
Goes, hi, good to meet you, Chance. I'm Louis.
Hi, Louis.
Hey,
We were just talking
hey,
about.
Louis.
Yeah.
Hi. I don't mean to bother you, but
I'm
you
gonna
know where
glare
like
If I catch
We're an
Louis'
herbalism
eyes while
shop.
Edwin is talking, I'm going to roll my eyes in a very obvious gesture towards him.
He looks and smiles at you, Delia, and then turns over towards you, Edwin.
Yeah, just like an herbalism shop or an alchemist shop or.
Dismissively, he says, "Yeah, there's one down on 27th Street. It's over. You'll see. There's like a little tree outside. Kind of
Wow,
points off into the distance."
Thank you.
Hey, Louis.
I go back.
Louis.
Well, if
Hey,
you guys
honey.
need anything else, and you can see that Louis looks like a little bit less comfortable than he did a moment ago. Goes, I'll be in town, and usually around the port. You can find me here and there.
Before he walks away, I'm gonna very loudly say, "Honey, where are we staying again?"
I'm gonna glare at my wife. How could you possibly forget?
It's one of the taverns near this port, right?
No.
No.
I'm gonna glare at Bye,
You mean-
Louis.
We've been here all day, and you haven't
all
even
right.
said anything.
Yeah,
There you
good
go.
to meet you guys. Nice to meet you, Delia.
I call after Louis.
too,
Gratitudes and salutations, town folk.
Yeah, with a nervous nod, looks over towards you there as well, Destiny, and then disappears off into the crowd.
That was fun.
What a nice guy.
Yeah, I agree, Edwin. He was swell, wasn't he?
I'm gonna look at Edwin and just give him this fucking look like, what the fuck?
Honey, you're not
Elevation
very
of pheromone
comfortable
levels
around.
detected.
I'm gonna walk over to Edwin. Honey, you're not very comfortable around people, are you?
Ah,
Talking about him, honey.
yes.
Gosh. Sweetheart, you know
Um,
what I don't mean.
Fine.
Sensors indicate heart rate increasing. In subject, Edwin.
I put my arm around Edwin.
I'm gonna glare so hard at Edwin.
I'm gonna turn into a weasel.
Now, when you transform, you're taking all of your stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So Tim just pops out.
Okay. So both you and Tim land on the ground here.
Oh, there's 2 ferrets, and I'll like bend
Edward should
down and gesture
fucking run.
2 arms.
One of the ferrets
I put,
quickly
like,
turns and runs, and then Tim runs after him.
Well, let's go find some place to stay, and then maybe we can go look after who's a what's it that Destiny found. Yeah.
Fine. Sure, honey.
Did I note any inns or like places that travelers would be able to stay while I was walking around town?
You would have seen
point
like
in
the very obvious bars and things like that. There's also a not like a boarding house, but a place that looks a lot more like an inn than it does a tavern, with much nicer trappings than some of the other locations. You can see like red satin sheets that have been tastefully done, and definitely seems like a place that maybe like a traveling noble would stay in, as opposed to like the common and just like peasantry.
Attention party. Notable locations of lodgings were detected in my inquiries around town. And I shared information Illusion just said it to the rest of the party.
Thank
Well,
you.
that one sounds splendid. Can you show me it?
What?
We're gonna
Sure.
be here for a month. I'm not staying in a rundown bar for a month.
You know that this place, Destiny, is called the Jeweled Lamp.
Jesus Christ. Sounds like a
I-
strip club.
I lead the parties to the strip club.
Okay. Robot's like, I
It's not
found
Chad's.
lodgings.
It's not Chad's.
Sensors indicate easy
This
puss.
is sad, not Chad.
Meanwhile, you're running through the streets here as Tim calls out repeatedly, "Hey! Hey! Stop! Hey! Stop! Stop! Hey! Stop!"
No, what?
And then he goes, change back.
Fine. I change back.
Okay. And then he goes, yes, food. And then he runs back to get the rest of the food. You can see,
little
like,
fuck.
about 30 feet away going through the crowd, your group seems to be, like, led off by the robo over towards some building.
Wow, it's like a ferret is like me too.
I trailed. God damn it.
After a moment of wading through the crowd, eventually you guys get up to this place, and if you want, you can emerge from the crowd and rejoin the group, or strategically stay back in the crowd. It's up to you there, Edwin. What do you want to do?
Once they go into the bar, I'll follow them in.
Okay, so you guys get up towards the Jeweled Lamp, and you can see that the sounds from inside are not that of an average tavern, where there would be the clinking of glasses and people shouting, maybe something breaking, or the loud sounds of cutlery being wielded by brutes with little coin. But what you hear is instead the sound of a lute and a very light drum, as though some sort of performance must be going on. You guys want to step inside? It's quite nice,
Yes.
in fact. The music's good.
I'm going right in.
Okay, your hand, before anybody else's, quickly goes for the door handle, and as you step inside, you see a very gorgeous two-story room in front of you. The lower area is set out with a bunch of different tables that have nice little candles on them. There's a impressive chandelier that hangs from the ceiling, and there's a raised upper deck to which a set of stairs kind of lead and curl in elegant woodwork up towards the top. See that up there, there's a few people eating as well. Though not that many, there's quite a few empty seats. Everybody in here, for the most part, seems to be, at the poorest, a merchant, and on the higher end of things, nobles in a very fine dress. On the main floor here, there's a stage over in the corner, at which seats a two-man band, which is currently playing one on the drums and one on the lute. Their music is soft and is just noisy enough that you can pay attention to it and enjoy it while not really invading your thoughts. Over towards the side, you can see a large desk behind which a few people stand, which looks like the place to get your keys or maybe get a room or something like that. There's a few other doors that must go elsewhere as well.
I'll walk over that desk.
I would like to walk over to the desk as well.
Okay. You guys head over and hear the door open behind you. And looking over your shoulders as you go over there, you see Edwin has stepped inside. Just a fraction of a moment after you guys came in.
Edwin, perfect timing, my dear. Come over and join us.
I scuttle over to
I'm gonna like point next to
Chant.
me, away
Yeah,
from
yeah,
him.
yeah. yeah. I'm using him as protection.
I want to lean over the desk and talk to the innkeepers or the people here.
Sure.
Salutations, innkeepers. Interrogative on pricing package for 5 individuals, plus medium-sized feline, small-size ferret.
The person behind the counter stares over at you for a moment. He's wearing a nice vest and clothing that would place him well above the common man, though it's clearly he's some kind of wait staff or desk jockey. He kind of looks at your group and pauses for a moment, his gaze falling upon you for a little bit longer than usual, Destiny, and then staring over at Tibor as well for a bit longer than usual.
What my
problem.
friend here is trying to say is, how much would it be for 4 rooms?
Ah, yes, madam. Just for the night?
Well, we'll be in town for about a month, so if there's any discount, you can say a week at a time.
I see. Whole month. Well, the cost per evening is 2 gold, but 30 days, we could work something out. Let's say 50 for each.
I'm gonna look at my wife.
What about for a week?
Or a week. Could maybe swing 13 gold.
I'll fish out 13 gold from my bag and down. I'll take one myself. Husband.
Excellent, madam. He hands you a key and then looks towards the rest of you. And the other 3 rooms?
that's
Raise an eyebrow at everyone.
that's a little pricey.
I assure you, our accommodations are well worth the price.
I want to bring up to the other people that I'm willing to share a room and I won't be taking too much space, and help cut the cost. of
Power
stay.
down in the corner.
Exactly. I only have to stay down 4 hours.
I don't need a bed.
Right.
All,
Are
of
there,
our,
Maybe you can
I-
share a room.
Two of us don't need a bed.
all of our accommodations come with a room and a proper bed.
But we could offer to share a room with Edwin, the 3 of us, to kind of cut the
Yeah.
cost down.
Certainly.
comfortable
Well,
with
if you have need, we do have a strict policy here. There cannot be more than 2 parties to a single room. If you wish to have more than that, you will have to rent another. But if you wish to purchase
What if
a
that
key
one's
for a week,
considered a pet? I point to Tibor.
pets and added extras are perfectly fine. He stares over at you for a moment, Tibor, and I have to make a roll. He says, looking back over at you, Chance, he goes, Sir, do you
Spring
take me for
flare.
a fool?
Oh, I thought he was waiting for a name.
He rolled pretty well.
Well, I've never met the man. I was just wondering if he's actually a pet.
It is full charge for your turtle friend here.
Alright.
I kind of turned to Tibor and Edwin as like party members, reassurances. I can rest outside in relative shelter of the outdoors without much inconvenience to self. So, just take the room for the 2 of you, and I will basically just rest outside.
What?
Well,
I mean-
I spent a lot of time out in the wilderness. You guys go ahead. I'll take my accommodations out into nature because that's what I like. Actually, before I do that, however, excuse me, sir. Is there any discount for being a or one under the employ of the Adventurers Guild.
Ah, we do not see many attendees from the Adventurers Guild. A whole week? Generally, they don't stay in town for too long.
Yeah, we're here on just some business.
On second thought, yes, I most certainly could. Madam, are you with the guild as well?
Yes.
He hands you a gold piece back from the pouch, back from the pile that you had given him before. And he
Thank
turns
you.
over and says, 12 for the week.
Wow, that is very, very kind of you.
I slide 12 more gold across the table. Here's for the second room. And I'm sure between the rest of them, they'll get the gold for the third. And then I take my key and go up to my room.
Okay. He gives the other key towards you three who are left here at the counter. And he says, so who shall be paying for this third key?
I will take out my coin pouch, which is very empty, by the way, and I open it up, and I pour it out. There's 4 gold pieces, some pocket lint, you know.
There's a group of 2 moths which currently fight over one of the gold pieces. Joke.
Affirmative. Division of funds, 4 gold piece each, and I also drop 4 gold onto the desk here.
I just give them the rest of the gold.
Okay, so paying 4 each, you're eventually given another key. So between the 3 of you, there are 2 keys. Some of you are going to have to shack up together. At this point, Chance and Delia are already headed over towards one of the doors that seems to match up with the symbols and numbers on the key.
I'm stepping inside as soon as I get there. I want to check out these rooms.
Okay. It's a brief wander down a hall, during which you see what look like a couple of nobles who are whispering hush-hush things as you guys go by, and they kind of shut up as you pass.
I curtsy to them in my best approximation of what a noble would do.
I see. What are you wearing right now?
I'm just wearing my armor right now because I only have commoner's clothes, and seeing the place that we were going into, I would just assume that I would be more accepted in adventuring armor than in common clothes.
Ah, okay.
So I'm still in my leather armor.
Let's see.
I do have a cloak with a hood on it, but my hood's probably down.
The man and woman have different reactions to you. The woman looks at you and kind of acknowledges your curtsy and gives you a small one as well, though there's a clear scowl that she kind of keeps to herself, whereas the man kind of acknowledges your presence as well, but seems to actually be fairly receptive to you as you pass by. You
I wink at him
Oh,
as I pass by. Like the last eye contact I make with either of them is a wink towards him, and then I turn towards my room.
on a scale of 1 to 10, how hot is your character?
There's a picture of her in the chat there. She's pretty hot.
Okay.
In characters, if you want to look at it. She's
I'd say go ahead and make a persuasion check for me with advantage again.
Okay. That is a 22.
All
Okay.
right. Sorry.
You guys continue to go down and eventually get towards your door. Here at the door, your key unlocks it, and as you step inside, you find very, very nice trappings. The little residence that you guys have back in the main city that you guys would normally live in is nothing like this. Here there are beautiful sheets of fine material, as well as expansive windows that look out into some sort of courtyard. You can see the mountain off in the distance and the vineyards that roll up the hills. There's a nice little nightstand and a wardrobe that has a bunch of clothes in it that are there as well. You can see like a little staff thing has been placed there that says to return the clothing here if you use it and all that. It's
Are
really
there, like-
good.
Are there fine clothes in there? Is there a nice dress?
Yes, there is. Nothing quite to what you saw for the highest echelon of nobles, but close for a minor noble. There's clothes like that here. There's also a characteristic jeweled lamp, which has been left on the cupboard here as well. Perhaps the place's signature.
I instantly shut and lock the door behind my husband and go over to try on the pretty dresses.
Okay.
Okay.
Chance, you get to see what it is that you've paid for here. 2 gold an evening. Now shimmy
I'm
down
sorry, what
to a
did I
little bit
pay?
less.
Hey,
Didn't
I
we
paid
just pay
for
for
it.
the whole week?
Wait, what
We paid
happened?
12 for the whole week, didn't we?
Sorry, not that you paid for, that your wife paid for.
Oh.
The rooms are really quite nice.
Oh, good job, honey.
I just smile like halfway through putting on like a fancy ass dress.
Okay.
Well, honey, I don't think the ruffles suit you. You're more of like a cling to the body kind of clothes.
Interesting. I'll try on something that suits my husband a bit more.
Okay.
Thumbs up.
Thumbs up. As you play dress up, the rest of you have 3 people but 2 keys. What do you guys do?
Suggestion: Tibor and Panther take significantly more room or living quarter space. I recommend Edwin and I share room 2, and Tibor and said Panther share room 3.
Agreed. That sounds good.
I kind of opened the door, leaving it open behind me for Edwin to follow. And I kind of like scan the room and look out the window.
Sure. You find the same thing that I described a moment ago. They're very nice trappings in this room.
Before they go in the room, I just give them back their money.
Oh, did he pay for the entire room?
Giving them back the money they paid since I'm the only one staying in it.
Oh,
Oh no, but what's
have
his
your
name?
own room.
Pay for our room. Yeah,
Yeah,
Okay.
you still
No,
have your own
it's fine.
key, Tibor.
It's
I know.
fine. I refused the money and I kind of handed it back. And it's like, okay.
I will sheepishly take it.
So 4 went back to Edwin here, but I guess you keep 4 for yourself. That's all I do.
Okay. So Tibor, they go into their room, leaving you in the hallway alone with your own key. Do you go and settle into your room?
Yes, I do.
Okay. So everybody gets to check them out. The rooms are quite nice, and you find the same thing that I'd mentioned before. I should note that it is maybe a couple of hours past the afternoon, and so a good portion of the day remains until evening comes around. What do you guys want to do?
After about an hour of trying on clothes, I would go try and find putting my like leather armors back on. Although maybe keeping like if there's like any like maybe knockoff jewelry or something that they've left here, maybe keep like a piece of that on or something.
Sure.
And then something to look more rich than I am. And then I'll like say, "Oh, honey, we should probably find out what."
Can I gather
Cut
Tibor and
off.
Edwin and head over to Jimmy's room
Hold on.
or Jensen?
Yeah, you cut off for a second there. What did you say?
Me?
Yes, Jimmy.
Oh, I said I would turn to my husband after, getting my regular armor back on and something to look a little bit richer than I am. And then I'd probably turn to Chance and say, honey, we should go find out what rooms they're in.
Okay. I'm just gonna lock the door and close it behind me and just fucking look down the hallway like a dead face. How am I supposed to do this?
We'll just go ask the barkeep or the innkeep.
Just gonna look down the hallway, straight up. Edwin!
Ah, yes, yeah.
A shout
Fucking
comes from beyond your
stumbling out.
door, Edwin.
There's music playing, and I like push her on the shoulder. Be respectful. We're trying to look like we're new here.
I'm just gonna look at my wife.
Embarrassing.
Go back to dressing up. I'm gonna push her in the room and close the door.
I guess I followed Edwin into the hallway.
I'm gonna run into his room and close the door. Please save me. Please.
What? Save you?
Just play dress up. Can't sit there and watch her put on this fucking dress for an hour. An hour.
Were you?
Do you want to get a
What?
beer?
Um.
Do you even drink? Have you
I-
ever drank in your life?
Do you even lift,
I've
bro?
I've had a couple.
Why is your voice cracking?
A couple of beers.
That was perfect.
It's great. Love it.
Wow, good luck with that, Edwin. I'm just gonna leave the room.
Fuck.
Walk back to my white.
Solution: is there a window in my room?
There is.
Is there access to like climbing out of it?
As you look, you can see, yes, you could climb out of it if you wanted, though you would have to be a fairly dexterous person to do so. The little bits of plank that kind of stick out here and there could be used as handholds, but not for somebody who is a layman at such things.
I'll after being pushed back into my room so rudely by my husband, I'll put my wedding ring on like the nightstand and then I'll climb out the window.
Wow.
Okay. Are you wearing the clothes instead of the
No, I would have my regular armor on. If there's like I said, like if there's anything that can make me look like richer than I am, that
Sure.
wouldn't impose on my armor or have a chance of being lost. I mean, obviously everything has a chance of being lost, but
Okay.
you know,
Yeah, you find a
nothing
really nice
outrageous.
scarf, and there's a hat there that you can take as well if you wish.
Cool.
And out you go. Make an acrobatics check for me.
Certainly.
Rolls a nat 1. Oh, that was close. It wanted to.
That's a 22.
Okay. With a swiftness, you pop the latch on the window. You can hear the sound of Chance out in the hallway attempting to get a drink with Edwin. There's a squeaky noise of some sort, but you're already gone. You open up the window, hop outside, and close the thing behind you as you head off, having left your wedding ring on the nightstand. You quickly make your way down into the courtyard with no problems.
Awesome. I'm heading towards where the warehouse is. I want to case it.
Ah, okay. Off you go. Meanwhile, inside of the jeweled lamp, what are you guys up to?
Go back to my room.
Did I gather Tibor and Edwin and head over to Chance's room as well?
Sure.
And knock on the door since I believe it's closed.
Okay. There's a knock on your door, Tibor, and Edwin, since you're in the hallway, you would see this as well, so you know that Destiny is going to fetch Tibor for something.
I'll follow him to Chance's room.
Okay. Chance, you step inside to find that one of the bits of the window, like the goddamn, what do they call it?
The latch.
Oh no.
Windowsill?
The drapes there have been moved to the side.
Curtains?
Yeah, the curtains. That's it. The curtain's been moved to the side, and your wife is nowhere to be found.
I'm just gonna sigh. I'm gonna pick up the wedding ring and put it in my pocket and close the door and walk out.
Okay. As you step out, you see Edwin close to the door.
Hey.
Hey, so I was thinking we could maybe go and visit like an herbalism shop that the guy was talking about.
I'm gonna look him dead in the face. That was like the 7th time you've mentioned this fucking shop.
Adequate
Oh.
daylight hours available. Permissible
All right.
to said herbalism shop.
Well,
Alert!
I'll
A
go
little
alone
robot.
then.
Gonna get a beer.
I guess I want to address to the group like adequate defensible position. Reset present location. Jeweled lamp as primary fallback rallying location. Absence of party member Delia. Interrogative. Chance. Where is said human subject Delia?
I'm gonna take the wedding ring out of my pocket. Who knows? And put it back in there and walk away.
Do we know anything about like has Delia shared with the rest of us other than Chance? Anything about like
No,
the
you
warehouse?
guys just have to
Okay.
infer from what you've seen.
Okay.
I told them that there was
She
a warehouse that we needed to take care of, and you would have heard me ask Louis about a specific warehouse. But if you think your character would put 2 and 2 together, you
no.
might. But
Can we at least assume something here, or are we
I was
just gonna
definitely-
make the-
Delia was definitely pretty set about looking at this warehouse.
Right, and I said we're willing to do reconnaissance with Delia, even if we don't take the next step, because we want to make sure that things are safe and whatnot, or find out at least more information before we do anything.
I'm gonna go back to the bar.
Okay, so Chance ignored me. I don't know what's going on, so I'm
I
like,
told
okay,
you, who
well,
knows? And I
well,
just walked
You
away.
just said it's okay, so I can't infer anything from that. So I'm just gonna be like, okay, Edwin, let us proceed to said herbalism shop before nightfall.
Wonderful. Onwards.
Do you go with him,
Edwin
Tibor?
seems a lot more comfortable without Delia around.
Oh, I wonder why. Unless it's me. So there's an herbalism shop.
So about the herbalism shop.
Tibor.
He said he was gonna bio real quick. I don't know if he's back yet.
Oh, you went to
I'm
the
back.
bathroom. Oh, I missed it. The group has headed to an herbalism shop, and Chance
back.
is going to get a drink. Where do you want to go?
I'll go to the herbalism shop.
Okay, so the three of you head off. Tibor seems to take up your request, and you guys go meandering off while Chance, you go down and go to get a drink. It is quickly relayed to you that a pint of ale is 7 silver pieces.
What? No, I'm going to the bar. What?
Oh, you go to for the first one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, not the rich man's bar.
7
The poor one.
fucking silver pieces.
Okay. The drink here costs you 2 silver pieces.
Yeah.
And you sit down and have a drink there as the hour goes on. The three of you wander about, and you try and follow Louis' instruction, eventually finding that it's true, and get in front of a herbalism shop, which is a little bit further into the denseness of this town. There is, sure enough, a little tree outside in a large pot that kind of gives the place away. What do you want to do?
And Ron,
Oh.
Edwin, is there anything you would like to purchase? And I kind of like pull out my coin purse. It's like I am willing to provide for allied party members.
Well, I don't have anything to buy exactly. I just, you know.
Fucking kept telling us to go to the
But,
shop.
no, look, this. I've spent a lot of time with herbalists and alchemists, and it seems like they have or usually require a fair amount of herbs and different alchemical reagents, whatever. Yeah. Regardless,
Regurgits.
and well,
So that's-
as our one party member mentioned that we need a lot of gold, and well, I need it as well. I was thinking maybe we could take up a job with them.
Okay, so table talk wise, I do have a knowledge of medicine. You know, I guess backstory wise, it was at the monastery I learned about healing cells or something along those lines. Would I be able to offer my services to the herbalism shop as
You might be more knowledgeable than your average person on such things.
all right? Well, it's like, and I share my expertise in medicine a little bit with Edwin here and say, okay, affirmative. Let us inquire with said shopkeeper of herbalism shop about possible side employment.
Okay. There's plenty of people that wander up and down the streets as you guys chit-chat here. Are you going inside?
I'm gonna fish out my my guild letter of introduction.
You fish around in your backpack to find that Tim is in there completely passed out, a bulge in his belly here. He just lays and his body, like, as though completely comatose, is just nudged to the side as you go for the letter. He doesn't move at all.
That's amazing.
If you shit in there, so help me God, Tim.
The
Holy
letter
shit.
just says fecal matter smeared across the front.
Time to roll some luck. Rolling for fecal urgency. So you go
Natural
ahead and
one.
fish out the artisan letter.
Alrighty. I got the letter. I like pat myself down, make sure I'm all set. Look good. All right. Yeah. Let's head in.
Your hand rests upon the handle and turns it as you open the door, but before you can step in, something rushes out to meet you, a large puff of smoke, which seems to billow out from the upper portion of this room, is the first thing that greets you. It smells of myrrh and other strange herbs and incenses. It's very, very strong and heady.
I'm just breathing in deep. Wow. Smells like my father's shop. Alrighty. Hello?
You hear a little sound from across the room, a muffled, huh?
I hope to God. This guy's super stoned. Excuse me.
As you step inside and look around, you find that this room is fairly compact. The building that this little shop is a part of is a fairly large one, but this herbalism shop must only take up a small amount because it's barely larger than, well, in fact, no, it's actually smaller than the room that you've rented at the Jeweled Lamp. It's rather cramped, and there's a great deal of shelving and little displays that kind of make up for this, allowing for a number of things to be put on display and kind of stored here and there in the cramped space. That being said, it does feel fairly claustrophobic in here, and everything is very ramshackled. There doesn't seem to be much in terms of organizing either. As you step inside, looking over towards the left where this noise had come from, behind a desk, you see somebody sitting down in a chair. He has a very pointy and circular hat that he wears on his head, and he's holding like what looks like some sort of trinket in his hand. It might be like a toy horse, or maybe like a carving of some sort of animal, something like that. And he kind of turns it over in his hand, looking at it, and he's like, huh.
Now, can I make a religion check or something? Is this a idol of some sort?
Sure, make a religion check.
That is a 13.
Okay. You are fairly certain that no, this is not. It must be something else. This is no religious symbol that you know of.
I'm holding out in my hopes that it's like a fucking bong or something.
Smoking a horse-shaped bong in the herbalism shop.
Man, that's what I would do. Hey. Hi.
Oh, hey. The guy looks over and he gives you a smile. You can see the lower half of his face here that curls up into a grin. He puts down the little wooden trinket onto the desk and with his other hand tilts up the hat so that you can see him. A couple of barely open eyes stare over towards you.
Can we make a percentage? Is this guy high?
Does anyone have proficiency in medicine?
I do.
I do.
If you wish, you can roll.
I literally have the healer feat, so. Medicine, 19.
21.
You're both keenly aware that this man is under the influence of some kind of drug.
Hey! Hey, man.
Hey man,
hi.
are you cool?
Hi, I am Edwin Valiers, and here is my letter of introduction saying that I am a herbalist as well.
As you hold out the letter here for emphasis, he looks over at it, and he nods at the letter.
Right. Well, God, are you selling any of that? And I just
I want to give him medical advice in terms of, or herbalist advice on how to improve his high with any other herbs that might be in the like something that would get some rapport with them, but like said subject, if you were to combine this herb with, what you are currently smoking, then
He
you
looks
will have
over
a
towards your
10%
robotic
increase in-
companion, and all he says is, "Whoa."
Well, God, I am very sorry to interrupt you, but do
Do you have any of that? Can I
Yeah.
get some?
one, do you have any of that? But two, are you looking for someone to gather more of that or other things?
There's a pause. He is still staring at your robotic companion, and then eventually, with a slow movement, cranes his head towards you and goes, "What?"
Are
You're midway into the next sentence when he goes, "Do you want to buy something?"
Yes, I would like to buy whatever you're smoking.
Oh.
Can we identify the name of the herb that he's smoking so
Yeah.
we can refer to it better?
Yeah, he turns over here, now moving in his chair. All of him seems to go as though time has been reduced by half as he goes towards a cupboard here from his desk and leans the thing back. And then he kind of motions with his hand, beckoning you towards him, Edwin.
Oh, I go up.
Okay. The desk is fairly large, and it's actually kind of awkward to peer over it, but you're able to do so, and you can see that in this cupboard there's a bunch of little trays, much like a wooden petri dish sort of thing. It has a bunch of different plants and fungus in them here. And he points at one and he goes, "That one's 5. That one's 10.
Hey, Destiny, you got the gold? Can I bum out a gold off you?
Affirmative, good friend Edwin. I hand over 10 gold.
10 gold. Fuck yes. All right. Whatever this will buy is what I want.
Oh my god, you're the worst.
Jesus.
Hold on. I'm just gonna let him do his thing, but just table talk. That is the worst way to do this.
I know.
He takes a moment here staring at the coin as he placed it on his desk. Practically counts silently here, mouthing the numbers as he goes past. Eventually, after a very long time, reaching 10, he turns over to you and he goes, "Choice." And then he reaches in and grabs one of the dishes here. And he goes, "You want a bag?"
I'll pull a bag out of my own herbalism kit.
Right on.
And stuff that away. Right. So, do you need anything?
He's now taking the coins and slowly putting them into a pouch of his own, one by one, as though he's amused by the sound of the clinking as each one of the coins falls into the bag. He looks over to you and he goes, "What?
Do you need anything?
Do you have a drink?"
I will take out a cup or whatever out of my dining kit, and I'll cast create water and hand it to him.
He looks over and he goes, "Oh, sweet." And he drinks it. He says, "Oh." And he puts the cup back down, now empty.
So, but do you need any herbs?
Name's Nando.
Nando.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
He smiles at you like the name should mean something, but you're not entirely sure what he's getting at.
Right. Well, so God damn it. So, do you don't need
that
anything.
with fruit juice.
I can mix it with some good
berry, I guess.
Oh,
No.
stuff's
Yeah,
the
No.
worst.
Nobody likes good berries.
I thought so. Right. Well, I'm gonna turn to Dust. Do you have any idea on how to? I don't.
How to what,
Anything.
Edwin?
Do you have any idea on how to ask him if he needs help gathering herbs?
Okay. I guess I turn to Nando and go. Interrogative. Shopkeeper herbalist Nando. We are looking
That's
for
me.
opportunities. We are looking for opportunities of employment to your said shop, and we have considerable expertise in medicine or herbal knowledge.
He looks over at you for a moment there, listening to your words, Destiny, and then turns over at Edwin and smiles at him. And then looks back at you, Destiny. He looks like he's in awe.
God damn it.
I guess to build rapport, I kind of go like, we can get you more of, and then I point at the petri dish where it's covered of that, and improve it.
Real.
We're bringing the mainland drug trade to this little island here.
Yeah, he says, you guys traders?
What?
Because my guy's late. Like, super late.
Interrogative. What? What type of goods was he supposed to bring you? More of this, and I kind of point at the cupboard.
He nods towards you when you do that. And then he turns around and he looks over at one of your companions there and he goes, Turtle guy. Something?
I'm just browsing. You have a lot of interesting herbs.
Yeah.
And a lot of interesting vases for these herbs.
He gives you some sort of symbol with his hand, some sort of camaraderie type gesture, and then turns back over towards you, Destiny, and he goes, so what did you want?
Well, you could probably discover the whereabouts of your acquaintance or trader if you give us a description, name, and possible place or time where he should have been.
Oh. You want his name? You guys aren't guards or something.
Nonsense. Have you ever seen a guard with my appearance? Townsfolk, shopkeeper, Nando.
Pauses for a second, and he's like, nah.
Correct. We are willing to take freelance employment from you for. And then I kind of gesture like we can find your friend.
His name's Cantor. I know where he is.
When was he supposed to be here at your shop?
Days ago.
Do you know where he comes from?
Ships?
Guess we'll have to check with. I turn to Edwin and
Nando turns, moving his gaze as well in a fatigued, sort of slow version of what Destiny does here, and he goes, you want to buy anything?
So I turn to Edwin and go, let's see. Action recommended to proceed to port and find out about missing acquaintance Tantor at the ports, or where the ships. Basically, the quartermaster of the docks, or the portmaster, who would be keeping track of people coming in and find out about them. But I'm suggesting that to Edwin and Tibor here.
Agreed.
Yeah. The guy behind the desk looks really pleased with whatever course of action you've just agreed to.
Do we have enough time to make it from here to the port before night falls?
Yes, you definitely would.
So, like townsfolk, shopkeeper Nando, we shall be returning shortly after inquiring about said friend Tantor at the ports. Gratitudes and salutations. And I start walking out of the shop.
Yeah, he says to you, Righteous, tell him he's late. And with that, the three of you step out. You can add to your inventory 10 GP worth of purple mushrooms.
10G. Purple.
Oh my god.
Let's call it shroom.
I'm glad you actually didn't get ripped off. It wasn't like 4 GP worth of purple mushroom.
3 copper. With that, you guys get back into the street. Meanwhile, somebody has fallen into the courtyard a little while ago. Delia, what are you up to? You're going to the warehouse, was it?
Yeah, I'm making my way off towards the warehouse.
Make a perception check, please.
Okay.
That looks like a
14.
jank to me.
Oh, okay.
When I make the new table, by the way, we're gonna get rid of that shit.
17.
17.
We
Okay.
have a designated rolling session for Jimmy.
Right
Right side of the board.
As you go looking around, you eventually find the warehouse, but you realize that you're not alone, and that there are sentries throughout the area that are most definitely not the peasants they pretend to be. You pass guards as well, who seem to be in the area, just like any other part of town, and you find that this warehouse in particular is a little bit busier than the other ones. People seem to come and go fairly regularly. You get the feeling, though, that if you were to loiter around it, that people would notice. And that anybody who's kind of around that warehouse very much so has something that they're doing, right? And if you, they're like, there's no idle passersby just kind of kicking around the place.
Okay, I have a couple questions for you. First of all, is the warehouse like on like a street? Like, do I like if I go around the warehouse, am I going to be walking in like sketchy alleyways, or is there more town behind the warehouse?
Oh.
Like, is it located on the edge of town, or is it more like I'm in a seedy area and I'm going to have to walk through some shitty alleyways to get around this place?
It is surrounded by buildings on all sides, most of which are other like industrial or storage buildings, and there's a very short walk over towards the port, like if you wanted to get to the shore, and in the opposite direction is into the density of the city.
Okay. Do I feel like it would be safe to walk around it once, or am I getting the sense that something's going to stop me or shoot at me if I walk around this place?
You think you could walk by it, but if you were to stay there for too long, that you might be noticed.
Okay, I'm gonna do a single lap of the place, and I want to look for a couple of things. I want to look for chimneys, like if there's any area where, you know, I think there might be a fire or a fireplace.
Okay.
I want to look for any sort of window or opening that might be left unlocked or might be pickable to enter after hours. And I also want to look for notable locations where I see common guard presence, either guards of the warehouse or city guards. It's a lot of stuff, I know, but
Okay, make an investigation roll for me as you wander past.
sure.
Dressed like a noble woman right now. Right?
Oh no,
Oh Jesus!
that's a 5.
Okay. You wander past and look for a few things like that. As far as guards go, you can't really see anything other than a couple of brutes that are near the front area watching as people load up or unload things to the warehouse. as far as chimneys go, there doesn't seem to be anything like that. And the windows all seem to be covered by curtains that keep you from seeing inside.
Do the windows look like they're locked or barred or anything? Like, do I think they would
like
be
one
pickable?
second open.
Okay, good to know.
They're fairly small as well. A person probably could shimmy through one, though not comfortably. And a portly
And I would
man
have
would
to
find
break
it
it.
impossible.
I would have to break it to get in.
Yes. Or
yes.
remove the panes somehow.
Okay.
You do see the symbol that was marked out, and there's other thieves can't hear as well. You see one that says "Don't steal," and marks this as a place that you don't want to fuck with.
Interesting. I want to redirect my attention to one of these people that I've noticed have been following me, and I'll try and almost corner myself. Like, I don't want to do it in some place where I have no way of getting out, but I'll walk down an alley away from the warehouse to where if someone was tailing me, they would have to enter the alleyway, and I could turn around and talk.
Ah, okay. You step down the alleyway and wait to see if somebody follows after you, but find that nobody does.
Okay. I'll walk back to the main street, and do I notice anybody watching me as I reemerge?
As you reemerge, one of the people here kind of lifting some crates gives a brief moment where they look over at you.
Can I do a thieves' cant greeting? Is that something that I would be is there a specific wave that I could do or something?
Sure, yeah. You give a greeting wave over there. A gesture sometimes meant as a hello, or other times just to show someone at a distance that you know thieves can't. And one of them pauses for a moment. He puts down his crate and looks to another and has a couple exchanged words. The other guy looks over in your direction too. They both look. And then the one that you had gestured to now leaves the crate there and comes over towards you.
Okay, I'll step to the entrance of the alleyway or something so that we're not in the main thoroughfare doing this.
Okay. Steps
And
into the
that's-
alleyway and he says to you in thieves can't. What is it?
I'm looking for work.
Goes, are you now? I don't have any, hun. Best go elsewhere.
Fair enough. Do you have any suggestions where someone with my talents might go?
He looks at you and he says, and what talents would those be?
I'll spin one of my daggers out from the bandolier and just twirl it between my fingers and nod towards my bow and arrow across my back.
Make a performance check, please.
Oh god.
Don't have expertise in that, do you?
Nope, but still an 18.
Fuck!
He says to you, "You new in town?"
Just rolled in this morning.
Look, if you want to start doing some work around town, catch me outside of the gate late tonight, right before midnight comes around.
Catch me inside. How about that?
Should I come equipped for a job this evening, or is this future endeavor?
Just to see if you're right for the job.
Very well. See you then. And I'll turn and walk away from the warehouse down the alley.
Okay, off you go. You wander off, and where are you going to?
Well, I would like to go back into the room, but I'm pretty sure the door is locked right now. So if I get there and the door is locked, then I will just mill about town waiting for that, or maybe I'll mill about in the lobby of the inn waiting for people to get back.
Okay. So meanwhile, Chance, you're drinking away. If there's anything that takes you away from your drink, let me know. Otherwise, the three of you have just stepped out of Nando's Herbs, What do you want to do?
I could stash this here baggie before we go talk to any guards.
Oh my god, the ferret's gonna eat it if you put it in your bag.
Oh god. Oh no.
Oh no.
Stuff
Oh,
the shrooms
no.
away into your backpack and head off.
I'll stuff it into like my pocket. But
Okay.
Destiny, do you have any like compartments or like?
I do have a backpack
Well,
that I'm wearing.
oh, I was.
He's meaning special compartments.
You have
Wants
like
to hide his weed in your fucking chest thing here.
Okay.
anything that the guard would not check.
I kind of nod understandingly and slide like a small opening in my shoulder piece of metal here, and
Sure.
like we could stash it here.
All right, I hand it to him.
Okay.
Sweet.
Stow that away there, and it locks away nicely.
I turn away when they do this.
Okay.
I don't want to see it.
Fair enough.
I look over to Tibor and go, "This is a trade commodity we may be able to use for trading for further information in the future. We should head to the port to inquire about Tantor." I'm saying that to Tibor still.
Okay. What do you guys do?
Head to the port.
Okay. With that, the three of you head off towards the port. The day is starting to wind down a little bit, and the afternoon has long since passed, and the sun is beginning to make its retreat towards the horizon. But there's still hours of daylight left, and there are some people that are still doing work around here. There is a main building, which seems to be like the port authority, perhaps a place where the ships are recorded or where repairs are done, that kind of thing. Other than that, though, it's just a collection of piers that stretch from left to right.
I guess I lead the way towards the port authority and try to look for someone who might be in charge or that we could talk to.
Sure. As you step over there, you get up to this large building and go inside to find that there is a very large main desk, but also a few tables at which what look to be like different merchants or sailors are speaking with people behind the tables. There's some which are free, and there are people that look like city officials that are kind of behind the tables.
I guess I step forward.
Okay.
Unless you guys, Edwin and Tibor, want to say something.
Nope, I'm kind of nervous, so I'm not.
Edwin's
saying
looking for the
anything.
cops.
Yeah. Like
Easy.
I'm not super like shaky looking, right? But I'm just staying quiet.
Do we even know if this stuff is actually not even illegal on this island? Like,
You
it could
guys
be
don't
100% legal.
You guys do
Well,
not know.
okay, I guess the question is this illegal? If we know what it is, right? Is it illegal in the mainland or outside of Calypso?
You know that this is illegal on the mainland, but you are also told that, according to the captain of the ship, that they do things their own way here, and that their rules are not the same rules as the nations you may come from.
Okay.
So you don't know, it might be stricter here, it might be the complete opposite. As you step up towards the table, the city official looks over in your group's direction, and he goes, "Yes. You have a
I
docked
step up.
vessel to report?"
Negative. We are already established within the city limits of Calypso.
And? Can I help you?
We are currently in the employ of a shopkeeper of Calypso. Interrogative. We are looking for information on a visitor or trader named Tantor, who may or may not have landed on the shores of Calypso within the past few days.
Let's see. I can't allow you access to our dock records, unless you're a member of the city guard.
Well, I'm not very persuasive, fellas, so I don't know if you want to try something here.
Destiny seems to have been stopped in his tracks here.
It is. Can you like tell us just yes or no? Like yeah, no, like yes, that guy was caught or something.
He raises an eyebrow to you.
Right. Well, we'll be back then. Wait, actually, see, you said that we have to get permission from the guard. Is there any?
I said that I could give you our records if you were a member of the city guard. I don't just share them with anyone off the street. Company policy, you see.
Is there a city guard nearby or on the ports that's kind of in
You guys
view?
had passed some on the way over here.
Hey, can I hail one of them down?
Sure, you guys gonna go leave and go get one?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So you guys turn away from the official, and he goes back to his work. As you step outside, you see one of the guards nearby and walk for a minute to get to him. He looks over and says, "Citizens, what can I do for you?"
Salutations, fine guardsmen of City Calypso.
Ah.
We are currently looking for records of a trader who is missing, named Tantor, who has arrived on the who is said to have arrived on the shores of Calypso a few days
yeah?
ago.
Why are you looking for Cantor?
He may have befallen some ill will from other rival traders or bandits, and we are looking for signs of life or any other information for a employee or for a shopkeeper at the herbalism hut.
He looks over at Tibor and then looks over at Edwin. And he gives you guys a look like he's staring into your souls. Do you guys try and play it off like you don't know anything here? Or, like, what do you guys do as he stares at you?
I don't know. I want to make it look like I'm just like an herbalist trying to find some work. I guess, because that's what I am doing.
Tibor?
Well, we're just trying to help find this guy's missing friend.
Yeah, we should try to look concerned, even though I can't with my non-expressive face. But you guys should be like, hey, this guy's missing. He might have been killed. We need to find out more about him.
I see. He looks over at you now, Tibor, and he says, "So you're friends of Cantor?"
We're not friends. We're someone we know is friends with him.
Ah.
He's concerned about what happened to him.
Well, I can't help you. I don't know where Cantor is.
Negative. You may be of assistance, Mr. City Guard. The Port Authority here says in the presence of a city guard, a willing city guard member, they will be able to release records of said Tantor's arrival in City of Calypso.
He looks over at you and he says, "No, I think you misheard me. I can't help you."
I kind of tilt my head and question it.
Wait, is he asking for money?
You can roll insight if you'd like.
Please.
Okay, go for it.
19.
You get the sense that whatever it is about this business, the guard doesn't really want to be involved. You don't get that he's asking you for bribe money. Well, that might be an avenue of getting things to move along here. You're not entirely certain, but it seems like something has kept him from wanting to get involved here. Your hunch tells you that he doesn't necessarily believe that you're just looking for a friend. You get the idea that he has a great deal of doubt when it comes to what you've just told him about why it is that you're looking for Cantor.
Well, Good sir. Is there a way I can get you to point me in the direction of someone who might be able to help? And I kind of pat my very, very empty coin pouch, which is 4 gold.
Roll a persuasion check, please, Edwin.
Wow, that's not something I'm good at. That's 11. Why do I have proficiency in that? Oh yeah, I'm a guild artisan.
He sees you tap the coin pouch there, and then he looks around for a moment, staring up and down the port side here. And he goes, in a sort of hushed voice, "Come with me." And then motions with his hand and starts to walk away.
I will follow.
You guys
I
go
also
with?
thought- Yep.
Okay. He leads you down an alleyway nearby, sort of behind one of the taverns that dot the port side. And when he sees that there's nobody in here, he says to you, "Look, I'm paid pretty well here as a guard. I don't need your petty coins unless you got gold bars in your backpack. Tell me why it is you're looking for Cantor. Be straight with me."
Well, to be honest, I am new to the city, and I was really hoping for a job because, as you can see, I am very, very poor. And well, it was
Fucking idiot. You're getting mixed up with the wrong people here if you're looking for Cantor as your first bit of work.
is that because he's like a
Look, if you
bad
want to get some
guy?
honest work, go ahead, volunteer to be one of the dock hands if you can lift. Or if you want, so you can see us at the guardhouse and maybe get rid of some of the bandits outside of town. But going around looking for people like Cantor, you don't want to get mixed up in that business, kid.
And Rob, what is the nature of Tantor's work in Calypso?
Cantor sells stuff he's not supposed to sell. Okay?
Oh,
And
I see.
believe me, when Cantor comes into port, his name doesn't show up on the dock's records, alright?
I see.
Look, you're looking for some work, right?
Yes.
I don't have anything official, but I can probably get you a decent amount of gold, or maybe just a little bit of rapport with the guard, if you find where Cantor is, and you come and tell me, alright? But I promise you
I see.
that he's not going to be on those records. Now, I don't talk to anybody in alleyways for too long, not in uniform. So you guys get out of here. And he turns
I
away
guess
and
just-
walks.
Just
Sure.
real quick before he leaves, can we get a description of Tantor from him? Or?
He turns around, does a motion with his hand, like he's drawing like a long beard, and then kind of squints his eyes towards you, and then just walks out into the streets.
Fuck.
So we're
Well-
looking out for a drugged up Chinese guy.
Standard fare for an
He's
illusion
the
campaign.
Mandarin.
I'm just thinking of an opium den now.
Well, fellow party members, shall we return to the Jeweled Lamp to reconvene
Yeah.
with our other team?
Yeah, Delia seems a lot better at stuff like this.
Well,
should
perhaps she has
probably-
finished her night outing or walk for now. And I suggest we go back to the inn.
Okay. So you guys go back to the inn, making your way towards the Jeweled Lamp, and you've been drinking here for a while now. Chance, are you just, going in for your billionth round here, or what?
Yep.
Okay. So go ahead and subtract another 6 silver pieces from your pouch here.
Thank
As
you.
the
Wait, real
glasses
quick,
begin to
are we
build up.
aware of where she is?
You have no
Did she
idea.
tell us? Okay, never mind.
You know that she.
But at the collected drunk person. But
You know he was going for a drink. That's it.
Okay.
Now, as you step back inside of the Jeweled Lamp, you look around the tables and see that Chance isn't here. If he is getting a drink, it must be somewhere else. Delia is also here, and Delia, you've only made it back just a moment ago, not even really long enough to order anything. You just sat down at a table, and like a minute later, your group stepped out in through the door here.
Greetings, salutations. Human party member Delia.
Oh, Jimmy might have fallen over.
Oh, my mic is muted. I said, "Oh, hey guys!" Jumped up and like ran over to them.
Okay, so you run over towards the three of them.
How's it going?
It's going well. I think we might have a job.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
Correction, Delia. Acceptable employment was not established for the two of us at said herbalism shop. But we were able to discern more information from the city guard.
Do you guys know where my husband is by any chance?
Negative, but he walked out with high levels of male frustration.
I see. Get a drink then, I suppose.
Perhaps he has found female companionship in the city.
You're funny. So I found something too, but I think we should all be together for it. So maybe we should all go look for my husband?
Or we could just wait out here for him to come back.
Or we could go look for him? And I'll smile at Edwin.
Not really noticing what's the persuasion. Like I agree with party member Edwin that staying put at our set rally location will be advisable in collecting our party together.
Listen, I can't get into my room right now, so unless one of you fine gentlemen is offering to bring me to their room.
Affirmative.
Yeah,
You
Heavy
No,
breathing.
Tortle is, Tibor, it has a open bed that you could, or space that you could use. We're pretty cramped up in our room.
Nonsense, Edwin. Affirmative, Delia. I hand my key over to Delia and go, you can rest in our room while I sit down here and keep watch for your husband, Nate. Chance is return.
So, Edwin, you want to show me which room is yours?
Well,
No.
I actually kind of forgot about where our room is, and so, Destiny, why don't you go ahead and show her where that? I will stay down here and keep watch.
I'll just like toss the key back over to Destiny and sit down. You guys are so boring.
I catch the key and I'm like, affirmative. Then I will go recharge my my spark in my room. I guess just like meditating or shutting down for a few hours.
Recharge my spark means smoking some fucking mushrooms. Okay, so do you lead Delia off to the room there?
She already returned the key, and I think she just sat down. So
Yeah, I'm
just
just
heading
gonna-
upstairs by myself.
I'm just gonna chill down here until Husbando gets back.
Okay.
Bando won't be back till like 3 in the morning.
I would like a Constitution saving throw from you, please, there, Chance.
Perfect.
Many
So
beers
good at
and
these.
tall ales have been consumed.
Where's my dice? I haven't used one all night.
Wait,
to
is
find my
Tibor
dice.
still in the like lobby of the
The 12.
or are
12.
Edwin and Delia by themselves down there?
Oh no, he's there with them.
I am not alone with Delia. I will never find myself in that situation.
Well, you always have Tim in your pocket, so you never have to worry about being alone with her.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. With the 12, you can feel that the alcohol is starting to take effect, and the daily worries are starting to bleed away to the pleasant warmth that is being drunk and sitting about here. But your butt's kind of getting sore after having been here for a while. As it starts to grow a bit later, do you have any plans, Chance, or are you just going in for another round?
Just gonna go for another round.
Okay. You can
Probably be my
subtract
last
another
round.
4 silver here.
Okay.
Back in the room, you make your way over and step inside Destiny, and down at the tables in the lobby, the three of you are seated at a table where you can easily call waitstaff and order stuff if you wish, though the prices are fairly expensive, so it's up to you. While you guys are seated here, are you three doing anything?
Is that Lord that I winked at anywhere around before?
Let's see. As you look around, sure enough, you do find him. He's up on top of the second portion here, chatting with somebody, and he does occasionally make a glance in your direction.
Is the woman he was with still there?
Yes. She sits across from him.
Is the other person with them male or female?
Their third party member is male.
Okay, I'll go up next to them.
Oh, okay. So you ascend
Like
the stairs
head up
here,
near there.
allowing a sigh of relief for Edwin. And as you go up to the top here, you approach their table and have your nice clothes, your little hat and scarf that you had found before, feeling a little bit fancier at least. I see you approaching.
I'll like advance towards the table, but I want to like. I know that the lady doesn't like me, but I want to like try and gauge the other dude's reaction.
Ah.
Not the one that I had winked at, but the new one that I haven't met.
The new one
And
you
if I
haven't
sense-
met seems to be an elderly gentleman with white hair, white mustache, and a white beard. Has a little monocle that's tucked away, just kind of hanging idly by over one of his buttons, and he seems to have some rosy cheeks. The culprit, a half-finished glass of wine that he swirls in one hand. He seems to be bumbling on about some sort of story, which the other two are listening to. And as you approach, it's the woman who notices you first. The old man doesn't really seem to be engrossed in anything other than the story he's telling. The other man who's here seems to be listening to some degree, but the woman immediately locks eyes with you, and they narrow in a scowl.
Okay. Shoot. Okay. Well, I'll go back down to the lower area then, and I just want. I want to look for someone that I can talk to, like that I feel comfortable enough walking up to, like I'm not intruding on anything.
Oh, okay.
And
Let's
just,
roll
like,
luck
talk.
here. Near the back end of the room, there is a single person sitting there. You see a man who has a large fur coat that has been placed over one of his chairs, and it has like a little valise of some kind, a top hat as well. He seems to have stripped down quite a bit and is seated there with a meal that he's finished and a mostly empty plate. He's by himself. You could approach him if you wish, though that's up to you. He seems like a middle-aged gentleman.
I'll just like walk up and gesture to the seat next to him. Mind if I sit here?
He looks over and he goes, "Certainly. To what do I owe the honor?"
Name's Delia, and I'll like hold a hand out to shake his.
He shakes your hand.
I'm
says-
new in town.
Mortimer is the name.
Pleasure to meet you, Mortimer. I was, as I said, new in town here, and I was wondering if I could ask you questions about the place, if I wouldn't be intruding on your time.
Wait, can I start walking back to the jeweled lamp?
Sure.
Or lamp? The lamp?
The jewel lamp. You're trying to remember, but after 10 beers, it's difficult. Where was it? It was jeweled or some fucking thing. And you start to go out of the place and wander back. Definitely feeling the effects of alcohol. Make a second Constitution saving throw for me, please.
1.
That's a 10.
That's a 10. Okay. The doors of the jeweled lamp open up with a little bit more force than they should be opened as the frame kind of like hits against the side wall there, and you guys hear the noise and look over to see a fairly drunk-looking Chance who steps into the room. Chance, you're fine. You're fine is what it is. You're fine. You know you've had some drinks, but you're fine.
Do I see Delia?
No, but you see the Tibor and Edwin are seated there.
I'm gonna walk over to Tibor and Evan. Where is she? Spit it out.
I thought she was walking to her room, but she might have stopped by to talk to someone else, maybe.
Can I scan the room and see if I see her?
As you look around, you don't see her. Roll a perception check, please, and do so at disadvantage, seeing as how you've had quite a few beers.
Oh, I probably should. Where's my sheet? Why is this so hard? I think it's... Okay. That's an 11. Wow.
Ooh.
Well,
Well,
it's
it's still an
disadvantage.
11 because of disadvantage.
Okay, as you look around, you can't see her. You don't know where she's gone to. You can hear people murmuring and chit-chatting, eating in different parts of the lobby, but she doesn't seem to be anywhere. Maybe she's back at the room or something, or elsewhere in town.
I'm gonna look at Edwin.
Hi. Sorry, what?
You lying?
I knew she walked away from us to go do something. That's all I know. Please, I'm sorry. Don't hurt me.
How are you ever gonna take care of a woman if you can't even keep track of some of your own party members? And I give him the key to our room. Just give this to her when you see her. I'm gonna walk up there and lock the door and sleep.
How are you gonna get into your room?
Without the key.
Alright. I'm just gonna grab him by the arm and drag him with me upstairs.
Okay.
Oh god, please don't kill me.
Edwin's found in pieces.
What is that? Sorry.
Meanwhile, Mortimer continues, and he says, well, I don't know how much I can tell you. I'm new here myself.
Really? Where are you from?
The mainlands. Here on some work, you see. He taps the valise that's in the chair nearby.
I'm sorry for being uncultured, but what's a valise?
It's a suitcase,
basically. Okay. That's what I figured. Are you a trader or?
No, I represent the interests of a few wealthy mainlanders. How about yourself?
Well, my husband fortunately dragged me out here.
What?
Some sort of adventuring quest or some sort that he's on. Quite boring if you ask me.
He looks and he says, I don't see a ring.
I'll smile devilishly at him.
Uh-oh. I'm gonna roll insight. He looks over at you and he says, I see. And he gives you a knowing nod.
Well, Mortimer, I would love to stay and chat, and I look forward to hearing about your work. Be in town for a few days then? Or are you on your way out?
I should be around for a while. We'll see. My work is the kind that sometimes concludes before you know it, and other times has me laying about much longer than I'd care to.
Well, I've paid for a week at the end, so if you'll be around, I'll see you here. It was a pleasure meeting you, and I'll do like a nice curtsy.
He gives you a smile as you step away.
I'm gonna head back over towards where Edwin was, but I guess he's not anymore, and sit down next to Tibor.
Okay. It seems Edwin has gone off elsewhere. Tibor is seated here at the table alone as you return.
Oh, why is it so hard to find information in this town? You know what I mean, Tibor?
Maybe you're just asking all the wrong people.
Your turtle companion
Seen
lays
that.
down some legendary sass.
By the way, where did Edwin go off to?
I'm not sure. He didn't tell me.
Wait, did you not see me at the table when I walked up? You were.
No, he would have seen it.
Well, maybe he went up to his room. I'll head up towards Edwin's room,
Sure.
and when I get to it, I'll just like pound on the door,
Jesus.
unless I see Edwin
Okay.
up there.
So meanwhile, you guys have went back to your room. Chance, you've dragged Edwin and made it successfully back to your own room. What are you doing?
Go to bed.
Okay, you open up the door here and step inside. Are you taking the key with you?
No, I give the key to Edwin. I just give him a nod.
Okay. Key is handed to you, Edwin, and soon Chance disappears.
Slam the
The
door
door
in his
closes
face.
behind and locks, and then you hear a slump on the bed.
Wow, this is a ridiculous party. And I'm gonna turn around.
As you turn, you see what looks to be Delia stepping up the stairs.
Oh my god.
Ah, fuck
A little
me. Hello, Delia.
Edwin! And I'll like rush up and give him a hug.
Please don't. Look, here's your key. I've had too much of this. I'm gonna hand
I
her the
wasn't
key.
aware you were drinking.
And I just, defeated. I walk back to my own room.
Okay.
Edwin, how'd you get my
Yes.
key?
And
I'll, like-
Chance wanted me to give it
Did
to
you
you.
get an extra copy from the barkeep?
God damn it, no. Your husband
Edwin.
came in looking for you.
Edwin.
He's in there right now.
Is he gonna cry? It sounds like Edwin's gonna start crying.
I don't think that Chance would like it very much that you were running around and getting keys to my room.
No, look, I'm just. Ask him
His-
yourself.
His
Ask
face
him
is the
yourself,
same.
he's in there.
What's that?
His
Clan?
face is. Oh, his face is the same color as Destiny's character color on the board right now.
Please.
Alright, Edwin. I'm gonna keep
Thank
my
you.
eye on you, though, mister.
I guess I poke my head up into the hallway and go, elevated distress signals detected. Are you okay, Edwin?
No. I am not okay.
Hey, Destiny.
Hello, party member Delia. Is Edwin under attack?
No,
Yes.
but I-
Yes.
Yes.
Do you require my assistance?
No.
Affirmative, and I just like leave the door ajar, but I go back into the room.
Alright, good night, Delia. Have fun with that. And, walk
Hey,
my own room.
Edwin.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, I noticed earlier that you were able to turn into animal forms.
Oh, fuck.
Is correct?
You did that. You noticed that, yeah.
Well, I was trying to, pick
Yeah.
you up before you
Yeah.
ran off. I
Yeah.
may be going somewhere later this evening, and if you wanted to keep me safe, might not be noticeable. I had a little ferret companion of my own, if you know what I'm saying. And I'll smile.
Fuck.
I know you said you needed gold, and
mhm.
I can't
Give
pay
out
you
what
right
Chance
now,
said.
but if we're gonna keep this fine establishment paid, we are gonna have to do something for people
Well-
I'm going to see might be able to help us with.
Fine. I'll. If I do this though, will you stop torturing me?
Of course, dear.
Thank you.
Don't believe him.
I don't, but I can hope.
How late is it right now? Like, how long until I would have to go meet that guy?
It's probably like an hour until dinner time.
Wait,
Oh,
I'm
okay.
asleep?
Well, yeah, you're also fucking drunk. You've had like
Oh,
10 tankards of ale.
Goodbye.
You just,
Any time of day is sleep time after 10 tankards of ale.
yeah.
It wouldn't be till much later, but perhaps if things go according to plan, meet me downstairs around 10 o'clock. That would
10
give us
o'clock.
time to get there, right, Aleutian?
Yes,
To the gate that he told me to meet at.
absolutely.
I will. I'll be there.
I'll smile again. Thanks, dear.
Mhm.
And I'll open my door.
Mhm.
Okay. As you step inside, you find that the bed is partially occupied by your incredibly drunk husband, who has long since passed out.
And no wedding ring on the table.
Is he snoring?
No.
I'll go over and, like, tap him a couple times on the forehead. Honey,
I'll roll over.
have you been?
Hmm?
You reek of alcohol, honey.
So draw your conclusions. And I'm just gonna roll back over.
Can I have my ring?
No.
Honey,
You didn't want it in the first place.
you shouldn't have been so mean to me.
You shouldn't be leaving your ring places and sneaking off.
Pushed me into the room.
You're scaring the poor guy.
I just talked with Edwin and I've agreed to leave him alone.
Cut off there. Leave
What'd
him.
you have to do?
What?
I mean, what do you have to do?
He's gonna go with me later on to meet somebody.
I'm just gonna roll back over and back to sleep.
Can I have my ring?
Last time I checked, my wife didn't want her ring.
I'll wait till he's asleep.
Then pickpocket it from him.
Trying to sleight of hand there.
Okay. Make a sleight of hand check with advantage, please.
Oh my god, and it's with expertise.
That is a 19.
10 minutes later, you recover your ring.
I also am going to leave that symbol note like in its place.
Okay, sure. Now, at
And
this
then-
point, you go ahead and collect your ring. Edwin, you've stepped into the other room with Destiny.
I'm just gonna collapse onto the bed.
What a life.
Oh god.
So much stress talking to someone.
It's too much. I miss my forests, my druid companions.
Yo, there's a
How
little
aware
piece
am
of
I
the
while I'm
forest in
resting?
someone's shoulder piece right now.
Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Not about to get high though. I have to go
Do
in an hour.
it.
Maybe just a little bit.
A voice whispers
No.
on the wind. Do it.
You mean Tim whispers on the wind?
Food?
Dude.
Okay, so you collapse onto the bed here and think about everything. Destiny, you watch as one of your newfound companions collapses here. And Tibor, you are seated here, listening to the harp music being played by some new performer that has taken up the stage. And watch as the nighttime slowly begins to come around. And we will end the session there. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves.
We didn't die.
You guys didn't die.
Oh,
Congratulations.
how dare you play me, Jimmy? How dare you?
Hey, why are you so promiscuous?
I'm not! That's the worst part.
Just throwing winks at random pacifiers.
I think it's because the other campaigns I just hit on every guy that moves.
It's just the persuasion tactics.
Wife's a
Jimmy's
whore.
playing it amazingly.
Just gotta get advantage any way you can, man.
Too true. Too true.
Whore.
All right. Well, I would like to thank all of you for coming to join us. I had a fantastic time. I hope you all did as well.
Thank you.
Congratulations to all you players. You made it through a Monday session, but nobody is dead. Indeed, all of you are still alive. I don't know what crazy new spell this is, but, well, congrats. Thanks to the audience
like
for
it.
tuning in. I hope you guys liked it as well. And to all the patrons who allow me to pay my bills, you're awesome. We're having another game tomorrow. See you then. Otherwise, adios.
See you guys.
Bye. Wow, my wife has such a seductive voice. It's like a hint of man.
Just a hint of man.
Underneath
It's a
it.
very husky
Just-
voice.
Just deep enough to be sultry.
Yeah, it's perfect.